And the negativity really hits you once you start going up. Negativity has been, I feel like I'm soaring and
everything is relational, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going faster and then hitting the tree, like you talked about.
You get accustomed to being in vibrational alignment with who you are. Nothing else will do. Nothing else will do.
Yeah.
Nothing is worth any struggle. If there's struggle involved, there's resistance involved. Do something different.
Well, it's like you say, you can't go back. You can't, once you go higher, you can't give in to the negative thoughts that you...
That is the perfect statement to make right here, because when you have found alignment with Source, when you have found the perfection of personal blending with who you are, looking for it in a conversation with a friend is going back.
Yeah.
Trying to find somebody that gets you is going back. Because it's not their job to get you, it's their job to get them.
Right. Right.
And almost always it's looking for a little validation. In other words, let's talk and let's revel, and that is delicious. We know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
When you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, and you're visiting with somebody else who's tuned in, tapped in, turned on, that's what happens in these gatherings. You come, you get more and more in alignment, and the group consensus gets higher and higher, and wonderful things happen. We're not trying to talk you into being alone. We just want you to understand that you don't need to be with anyone else to have full alignment, and in full alignment, others who have full alignment will join you. So here's what's happening to you. You found that alignment so often that you recognize it, you know it when you see it. And now you are sort of manually trying to manipulate your relationships into flying around with high flyers.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
But you can't do it that way. You got to fly high and let law of attraction bring you the high flyers.
Yeah.
You don't want to try to micromanage, because if you try to do it, now you've got this. May I please have your resume? I like your vibrational resume. Well, just complete these. Just complete these questions. Choose A, B, C, or D. I'm usually happy. I'm usually ornery. I care a lot about what you think. I don't give a rip about what you think. Just fill in the ones that apply to you. And then you go through this long list of things until you drive yourself crazy, and you find no one who's a perfect vibrational match to you, because everybody's got some freaky thing about them that's going to make you nuts.
Yeah. Well, I felt like my vibration was down here, and there were all the people that I was around down here, and then I felt like I went up, and I feel like I want to bring everybody up with me, and I know I can't do that, but I think that's where the loneliness came from at first, in terms of, I feel like I raised my vibration substantially.
So you're a teacher.
Yeah.
You're an uplifter.
Yeah, I want to do that.
So, that'll get you every time. First, the realization that they're down there is not good for them, for you to know that.
Yeah.
Welcome to my class. You're all down there. But I will bring you up here where you belong.
Yeah, all right. Maybe.
Except, but in noticing that you're down there, now I've come down here with you. And I really don't appreciate being down here with you. And even though we're all down here together, I feel lonely. I feel lonely for who I really am.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe guilty as charged with that one. So anyway, the way I feel now is I feel like it's unfolding, and I feel like it's just there's plenty of stuff that I want, but it's not here yet, and I'm not worried anymore about that, because I know it's going to come.
But here's the thing we want to soothe with you in that. There's plenty of stuff that I want, and I know it's not here yet. Just amend that statement a little bit. There's plenty of stuff that I want, and there are vibrational evidences of it, rather than it's not here yet. It hasn't fully manifested, but I'm receiving manifestations that are indicating the movement of it to me. In other words, the emotional parts of it are often here.
Yeah. Well, see, my ability to manifest, it's like I feel now like a magician. And so whenever, it's like I've pulled so many things out of the black hat that now that when I can sort of sense that it's brewing, I just want to reach in and grab it and pull it out, and that's usually
Well, maybe it's
counter.
not. Maybe it's just not a rabbit you want.
Well,
maybe you're letting what you really want is taking a little time to assemble.
Yeah.
But more important, you see, that rabbit's hat is available to you all day, every day. You're pulling stuff out of it all day, every day. And what you're pulling out of the rat is never what you planned.
Yeah.
When you are feeling negative emotion. It's just what you're ready to perceive.
Yeah.
There are a whole lot of things besides rabbits in that hat. But you've got to feel in other words, start having fun with it. Just be playful about it.
Yeah, I am.
We started this seminar today for you, wanting you to understand what manifestation really is, because that you're hung up on that manifestational point. Because in many cases you've been doing the work and you have and are. In many cases you've achieved the vibrational frequency and you have and you are. It's a little bit sporadic. In other words, you want more airtime in those good feeling places.
Yeah.
But it is what's tripping you up, and it happens with almost everybody who feels tripped up, is that you're doing the work. It's like the difference between I'll believe it when I see it, or I'll see it because I believe it. And it's just that little piece. It's that wanting it to be more evolved so that you can hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it and see it before you let yourself really give into it. Where what we want you to do is to give into the emotional manifestation. We want someone to say, how you doing? And you say, great. And they say, are you getting everything you want? And you say, every single thing. And they'll say, well, I don't see that car I heard you talking about, or that whatever I heard you talking about. That. And you say, oh, well, that's because you're looking for the tangible version. I'm just enjoying the vibrational version of it right now. And they'll think you're nuts. But then you go on to explain, I'm enjoying the feeling of it. I'm enjoying I enjoy knowing that I can be or do or have anything that I want. I don't necessarily want it all in my possession right here and now. I want the feeling of it. Can you say that and mean that? Not really, you can't. But you could. Wouldn't you like to say that and mean that? Don't you want to really get it, that everything you want is you want it because of the emotion involved in it? Can you hear us when we say, did you hear us? Because we said it really, really well. But it was early in the day, but you were mostly up to speed. Did you hear it? Did you feel it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get what we mean about a vibrational reality that's going to move into something that you can see and hear and smell and taste and touch? Do you accept that you have a point of attraction? Do you accept that? You have a point of attraction that you are realizing. It's not showing up and then you see it. You are realizing it, and that's why it's showing up for you. That's the part that you got to start understanding. Because when you're looking around in this physical world and you see tangible things all around and you say, want to get me some of those, want to get me some of those tangible things, well, you can round some up and you can drag some of them over to your corner of the world. But that's not what creation is. Creation is you are creating them just as you want them to be, and then you are realizing them just as you meant for them to be. So this is the piece. We want you just for a little while to think in terms of two different kinds of manifestations than you have been thinking about. We want you to call two things manifestations that you haven't been calling manifestations. We want you to refer to your thoughts as manifestations. I manifested this thought because what it really was, it was a vibration that was not discernible until I accomplished a vibration that allowed me to translate it. Ooh, that's big. Did you hear that? I am manifesting thoughts from vibration, streams of thoughts. You're really good at it. He's articulate, isn't he? You're really, really, really good at this. I am manifesting streams of thoughts, and our friend before too. You're really good at it too. Streams of thoughts, streams of vibrations, streams of thoughts are occurring to you, are being realized by you because you have improved your vibrational frequency. This is a wonderful manifestation. It's bigger than the moment that it's going to be parked in your garage or whatever.
Well, the first time
the other word, what's the other? What's the other? Emotion, the way I feel. Yeah. This is a oh man, I'm manifesting a feeling of love. I'm manifesting a feeling of clarity. It's a manifestation. What could be more, think about it, what could be more manifested? What could be more manifested than something that you're feeling right here? What could be more real to you? There's nothing more real than an emotion. Everything you want is because you think you will feel better in the having of it. So if you just go for that first. I am manifesting emotions because I am focusing deliberately. I'm feeling my way into it. Well, what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about your business? Are you thinking about your legacy? Are you thinking about your products? Are you thinking about your possessions? Are you thinking about, or are you, no, I'm thinking about how I will feel inside of those. And I'm able to find the feeling first. Because once I accomplish the feeling, now I've accomplished the frequency. Once I accomplish the frequency, now the translation, the realization will just be boom, 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 just like you were describing. Yeah. Everywhere you go, another version of manifestation.
Well, the first time I was in the hot seat, I talked to you, and I really didn't hear you while I was in the seat. Now I'm actually hearing you while I'm here, and so that's a manifestation. I definitely believe in that in terms of...
You're doing extremely well. Be easy about all of it. You really understand at many levels of your being everything that we just gave to you. The reason that we are so delighted to visit with you is because this conversation is so helpful to everyone listening in. But also because where it is at for all of you, in other words, all of you, you know how to get stuff. You've got this version. Well, I give of myself and I get some money, and then I take that money and I exchange that money for this thing that I want, and hopefully I can give enough of myself at a high enough price that I can get enough back to go get the stuff that I want. And most people think that that's creation, and it's not even close to what creation is. Creation is, I look around the world and it helps me to define who I am and what I want. And I become constantly, and the larger part of me holds steady the vibration of my constant evolution and expansion. And all day, every day, I can feel the vibrational relationship between what I'm allowing right here in this moment, not yesterday, not 5 minutes ago, right here in this moment. I can feel my vibrational relationship between all that I've become and what I'm allowing right here and now. Because my source holds that frequency so powerfully and never for a moment stops calling me toward it. And so as long as I focus in a way that allow that path of least resistance to go unfettered, unhindered, non-resisted, then I feel glorious. You get it? We think you get it. We think this is a really good time for a segment of refreshment.